Hey people, the dribble's in the building. Shout out to Fabby Davis. Fabby Davis. Mr. Fab. He's Fabby Davis on Instagram. I got this shirt from his store, Dope Era. See it say the Era. Black designers rule the world. Y'all already know what it is with that. But anyway, let y'all come in here. We're gonna kick it for a minute. And between me uploading y'all, nothing but heat rocks. So y'all come on in here. Let's talk about the latest hip hop tragedy. Shay, what's happening? Check me out with the Bulls hat on. This is my first, I think, yeah. This is my first ever Chicago Bulls hat. I didn't fuck with the Bulls growing up. It was like some groupie shit. Everybody liked the Bulls. But yeah, I pulled this out the tuck. He said, it's getting crazy out here, man. Peace and goodwill. I like that. West Side, peace, God. Peace to all the gods. Coming into the chat. Blessings to the chat. Let's talk about this latest shooting. I didn't know Shorty. He's from the Bronx. Y'all know I be all up through there. A lot of these dudes, we don't know their names until they get shot. That's a shame. Ain't that crazy? A lot of these dudes, we don't even know their names until they get shot. That's terrible. Lil Tjay, I don't want to say he was slipping, man. There's predators out here, man. They'll do anything for your jewelry. These niggas are starving, man. Jewelry is at an all-time high. Back in the day, only certain niggas had truck. Big Daddy, Cool G Rap, Eric B and Rakim Kane. You dig? Only certain niggas had truck. Now everybody got truck. And because of that, everybody wants some truck. He said, is he dead? But nah, he had two surgeries, I believe. He had a collapsed lungs. He's still here. God wasn't ready for him. He said, yo, Lil Tjay, my little mans, I know son and his little crew, they beef with A Boogie and them hybrids cats out there in the Bronx. Yeah, he survived. He's good. This shit happens so fast. More niggas get shot than get caught with packs. More niggas get shot than get caught with hammers. There's more niggas getting shot than getting caught with the actual hammers and shit. I don't know what to say about that. Shout out to Mr. Fab, man. He putting out these dope, dynamic, it's in black and white. Black designers rule the world. And I'm all with that, y'all already know. Good evening, everybody that's here. He said, yeah, little man gonna be okay. These niggas is thirsty, man. These niggas is making us look bad, man. Black people are willing to kill you for your chain. They willing to kill you for your chain. This is making us look thirsty and desperate. Because it's always concerning us. They said his lungs collapsed and he's still in critical. He said, Jersey robbers, give up the goods or else. I think the dude that shot him was from New York. Gary, his two boys that had their hammers got locked up too. Yeah, that's a bad day. Niggas got shot and got pistol cases. Fucking with this bum nigga. The business was good. Streets don't respect rappers. They get moved on. Rappers lost their mystique. You wanna know what? I agree with you. It was a mystique around rappers back in the day. Almost, I don't know about how everybody else felt because we ended up finding out that they was robbing them niggas too. But I was so in awe of Big Daddy Kane and Biz Markie and Eric B and Rakim. I wouldn't want to take their jewelry. I wouldn't want to take anything from them. I was a huge fan of them. I would never do anything to them. And people don't view they rappers like, they don't view they artists like that, man. Them dudes that I named, them guys was like heroes to us and shit. We didn't want to see nothing happen to them. And if you did something to them, you was not cool. You was not cool. For real. You ain't guarding the door, so what you got a gun for? You know what I'm saying? Internet killed it. Everyone is a rapper. That could have a lot to do with it. Everyone's a fucking rapper and shit. You're right. He said Nas still got that mystique. There's certain people that got that mystique. Athletes, and there's certain athletes and entertainers that they got the mystique. You just wouldn't. I just don't see nobody doing nothing to Avon Barksdale. I don't. I see the Jack Boys giving Avon a pass and shit. Oh shit, Avon, hold on. He said real talk. Hope bro pulled through. Yeah, I hope he pulled through too, man. This shit is getting out of hand. But the real 50 was cool with Eric B. and Rakim. He's on the back of Paid in Full. He was a part of the Paid in Full posse. Deion Sanders, that's a perfect one. That's a perfect one. I don't see nobody fucking with Prime, man. I don't see nobody fucking with Prime. I don't see no niggas fronting on Prime. None of that. None of that. He like gotta be one of the people. See Deion saying, oh shit, Prime time. Niggas is hungry though, man. He said 6ix9ine already clowning. It's a shame. Good evening, everybody. Make sure y'all check out my latest upload. He said, yeah, Prime was that boy. Yeah, I don't see no. Deion just a mystical figure to us. Yeah, hands-off policy. Everybody else, I don't know. I never heard Lil Tjay's music. I heard he's a drill rapper and shit. I don't know what this is about. I don't know if they call these things into their life by the shit that they say out their mouth. I don't know if they draw these energies. He said, AI neither. You a straight buster trying to rob AI. Who you got, Bleak or Juelz Santana? I'm messing with Bleak. They sleeping, oh my God. Bleak gonna embarrass him. Keep it real with you. I ain't even interested in that battle or like that. I think they gassing it up. They making something out of nothing. Memphis Bleak had his time when Memphis Bleak was the shit. When I was in college, Memphis Bleak was the shit. Memphis Bleak can't keep up with Santana. He can't. Everybody knows this. He can't keep up with Santana. He don't have enough. And a lot of his songs was collaboration. Even with his Jay-Z songs, he won't be able to keep up with Santana. He won't. He won't. Juelz got a lot more work out. He said Bleak tracks hit harder. Bleak, a lot of Bleak joints that's gonna be hitting hard is joints that he's on with another person. It's like him and Beanie Siegel, Who Want What, Raw Uncut. Just he gonna have different joints when he was doing verses and shit. He said Bleak catalog can't keep up. He said that battle gonna be trash. I don't think it's deserving of a battle. Everybody want their little 5 minutes and shit, but Bleak and Juelz, that just nah. Juelz could battle somebody else, I believe, not Bleak. What do y'all think about Juelz and Lil Wayne? Would that be a good one? Would that be a little bit better? Is that a little bit better? I wouldn't consider him a drill rapper, but he's from the Bronx. A Boogie with the hoodie type shit. He said all he got solo was Memphis Bleak is. Most of his heaters and shit, he said Santana got a whole platinum album for Bleak. He said Wayne will bury Juelz. My man said, hell no. Juelz can't hang with Wayne. I ain't of the Wayne generation. I never understood what y'all seen in him. When he started talking that greatest rapper alive shit, Jay-Z comparisons, I thought all you motherfuckers out of y'all goddamn mind. But okay, I get it. I get it. He said Wayne killing a lot of people. He said Bleak got some joints, they not radio tracks though. Santana songs are dated, don't sound good today. Who Am I? If he performed Who Am I, and of course he's gonna perform Who Am I if there was the battle and shit. Bleak don't got a song for Who Am I. He'll be done by the first verse. He won't even make it to the second verse. Pittsburgh. He said Juelz and Tony L. Santana and Banks. Lloyd Banks got some new shit out. He about to perform somewhere. It's on my Instagram page. Make sure you, I think it's Sony Hall. Make sure you follow me on IG. What college did you attend? I went to Slippery Rock, D2. I wasn't a D2 athlete. I was a D1 athlete. I didn't go to college till I was 23. I went to college after the penitentiary and shit. Stayed on campus and everything. Regular college experience, but I was 23. I was a 23-year-old freshman. He said, SRU, I see you. Yeah, Rhodes Hall, Rock Boys. He said Bleak got like 3 strong solo joints. Hopefully Lil Tjay he pulls through. Man, you ain't even safe with your hammer, man, when you got them cables around your neck. Niggas see them, niggas see that glitter. Niggas want one of them. He said Cheney, then IEP. Shout out to Rutgers. Oh, that's what we doing? What schools is up in here? What schools is up in here? We never did this before. Slippery Rock University. Who up in here with the rock? Let's see what schools is up in here. This is gonna be nice. Kent State, right across the state line. Rutgers. My man said Kent State. Indiana University. Manhattan University, University of South Carolina, Fordham University, Rutgers, Newark, Bathurst, went to NJIT, Grambling State. This is nice. Eastern Michigan, Tennessee State, goddamn, Everest College. Damn. I never did this before and shit. Shout out to everybody that made it to school, man. That shit was fun as a motherfucker. What? Ohio State, Norfolk State, Tennessee, Miami. He said, we educated goons. We not no goons, man. We not no goons. Morris Brown in the building. He said, a motherfucking blast. School was fun, yo. I was in the Black Action Society. I was actually nominated president of the other Black Action Society. I deferred it to this girl named Leah and shit. Because I was doing wrong on campus and people knew it and shit, man. But my popularity had put me in a position, and my grade point average, that I was nominated president of the Black Action Society. That's something about the dribble that you don't know. He said, education in the building. I'm loving this. No doubt. My man said I'm still in debt to this day. I don't know how I got out of debt. I started doing a lot of jail time. I believe I wrote some type of letter and told them people, y'all ain't gonna never get y'all money. I'm in the penitentiary. I think they just let that shit go. Because I I ain't got the student loans. He said, I paid mine off last year. Y'all laughing. I really did that. Like, niggas was writing letters directly to whoever your financial institution was. You was writing them from jail or prison envelope with a state number on it. Man, they was forgiving that shit. They like, man, this nigga condemned. He said, they still call me about their bread. He said, they said, we gonna just take this L. He said it's your delivery, how you said it. I'm serious. I'm serious. Wrote them niggas a letter. He said notifications all late. Shout out to everybody that went to school, man. That was very brief. If I said what cities is in here, y'all still be going. The college thing, it just passed through the chat real quick. Shout out to everybody that went, though. We about 50 deep. It was about 50, 60 deep. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. You see, I got mine late too. School is obsolete now. Yeah, it is. The internet disrupt the school thing and shit. Like, I knew I wasn't gonna be in school 4 years. I knew I wasn't gonna be there 4 years. I remember one day we was in a dorm and shit, and one of my homies, we was all going out. We was about to go to a club or something. One of my homies was like, man, I can't go. I only got like $8 to Thursday and shit. When he said that shit jarred me because I was trying to live like a square at the time and shit. I was like snap out of it. I'm like, God damn, how could you do that for 4 years, man? Like, that's crazy. Different people had different education programs and shit. I know that this is the truth. I took care of some niggas that was on scholarship in college and shit. It was niggas on scholarship in college starving to death, man, because when you're on scholarship, you can't eat in the cafeteria for free. We used to be sneaking them niggas in there, passing cards around, switching jackets with niggas, all kind of shit. School is obsolete for everyone. You got to get in where you fit in. Okay. I know most people's situation ended up being like this. The shit that niggas went to school for, that's not who they ended up being in life. Like, it was niggas that went to school for 4 years for psychology. The nigga might be a personal trainer right now and shit. Like, it's wild and shit, man. It's about the job market. Like you said, get in where you fit in. My man, shit, I went to the Aviation Institute of Maintenance for 2 years. I wasn't doing 4 years in school is a long time. I knew I wasn't going to be there 4 years. I knew I was going to come up. I knew something. I was there to play basketball. I knew something was going to happen. I knew I was going to come up some type of way. 4 years, I wasn't going to do it. I just came home from jail. Like, going to another institution to do some time, like, no, it wasn't going to happen. He said the lunch card was valuable. Yeah, we used to be passing them cards around. It was called the flex card. Passing them joints around, make sure niggas eat and shit. Fort Greene, what up? Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notification. Houston Baptist University basketball star Darius Lee killed while film a rap video and shooting to hurt 8 others. That's fucked up. Mm, mm, mm. He said, I was on full ride, but University of Buffalo was right around the block from the block where all the hustlers used to give me knots. I miss them days. You talking about University of Buffalo, right? You said UB. I was at IUP with JUM cat. I was at IUP with JBM cats. They was in school. I'm super late. I had to start it from the top, but them JBM niggas at IUP, they thought they was the flyest niggas on campus, didn't they? With them Reebok classics and shit and them haircuts. He said, I got to start it from the top. Bleak got straight path, the one with Rihanna. Infatuated. Buffalo University, okay. Rest well to the NFL player. A couple NFL players that had some type of health complications, young niggas, right? And there was people saying on the internet last year that if you got the jizz right, it was going to take effect like a year or so later. Y'all got to read between the lizards and shit, because I can't be tizalking about this on my chizam, right? But as far as them young football players that's passing away and shit, it could have been a jizz ad. He said within 2 years. Yeah, they said like 18 months or some shit like that. It just don't make sense. If they got that in common, it make you like, damn. My man said, I got the jizz. Hey man, do what you feel, whatever you feel works for you. He said also an NBA player. That's all right. It was an NFL and an NBA player. Got it. Y'all like this video? It's almost 300 people here. I know it's late. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications, and follow me on IG at @IamGully TV_. I'm always waving these fucking scissors around in these videos. Stop the violence. They won't let me go to my kids' graduation if I don't take the jizz. I told my son I love you, but I kiss him. How do you feel about the situation occurring with Bill Cosby? He's out of jail. He beat the case. Now they pursuing him civilly. The wolf's still on him. He said TJ gonna come back still talking gang gang. I had more females than the basketball team in college because I had all the colors of Jabot jeans. Oh, that fashion shit in college was severe. Fashion in college is more severe than the real world. I'm gonna tell you why. In the real world, if you don't want to get fresh, or if you ain't got a haircut or nothing like that, just stay in the house. Just stay out the way. In college, ain't no staying out the way. You around motherfuckers 24/7. I lived in a co-ed dorm. It was, my neighbors was girls. It was girls across the hall from me and on both sides of me and shit. Dig? So you had to be fresh every fucking day. I used to be doing laundry a lot. Because you had to be fresh, man. Even going to the rec center, man. Walking to the rec center. You walk down there in one pair of sneaks, take another pair of sneaks out your backpack. When it's time to eat, cafeteria, it's gonna be a bunch of chicks in there on certain times and shit. I know this motherfucker about to be holed up. You run to the dorm, change clothes and shit. We are losing black girls FBG Cash, damn shame. Man said G-Shock, still wearing it. Black label jeans, cardigans, that's all I was wearing. He said you gotta be in class, you gotta be on point with the drip. Yeah. He said rappers get clapped up on the regular. He said I had a pair of Cartiers and Al Wassam jacket. Yeah, you could tell where niggas was from in college by the shit that they was wearing. Yeah. I'm in pain, Gully. I'm sorry to say this on your live. I'm hurting right now. It's deep pain. It gets greater later. Negative energy breeds negative energy. Yeah, I just said that. These guys rap about certain things and shit, and it just kind of become reality and shit. My man's West Side said all rappers need Snow Billy as their bodyguard and protector. Why you say that? Oh yeah, it gets greater later, my nigga. You gotta hang in there. It's gonna be some more of that shit. What you going through right now? Whatever you going through right now, this go for everybody. Whatever you going through right now. When it's over with, it's gonna be some more of that shit. You dig? So you gotta hang in there. He said it's temporary, extended play. Stay blessed. He said it's a joke. Snow Billy pushing that book out here. My man said I was selling my dinner ticket for weed when I was in college. He said, what's your top 5 cities for fashion? It's even right now. It's all spread across the board, but New York and DC, Philly, that whole corridor. And when you talk about fashion, that's it. From Baltimore to New York and shit. And whatever's between there, whatever's between them cities got that flavor and shit. Yeah. He said better say DC. Detroit get fresh too. Chicago get fresh. But I'm just telling you, man, that pressure come from the East Coast and shit, man. It was a time when, you know, like Kangos and Shell Toes and shit like that, Pumas and shit, that was all New York. And the whole world was on it and shit. He said no Harlem. I said New York. I ain't never been to Boston before. Harlem niggas had it in the 90s. Fashion is my drug. I'm from South Philly. I stay in Virginia. Yeah, it's a major part of my lifestyle too. I got a book voucher from my high school and spent it on clothes in the bookstore at my historic black college. I rock that bookstore shit. I've been getting fresh out of the bookstore since I've been in college and shit. I still shop in bookstores. I done shopped at Morehouse bookstore. I done shopped in University of Arkansas bookstore. I done shopped in, what did I say, Morehouse, Norfolk State. It's a few of them. What's the joint in Morgan State? He said you better say it. I mentioned Detroit. I don't want y'all to, you know how y'all can get. Niggas be territorial. Rochester niggas drippy too. Buffalo and Cuse niggas know we the drippiest upstate. Alrighty, alrighty. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter at Gully TV 1. I didn't get on here to talk long and shit. They arrested somebody for the shooting of Lil Tjay already and shit. That's his ass. That's his ass. You know, they got cameras and shit. Cameras be putting niggas on the shelf. Niggas still want to roll the dice about them chains. Niggas still want to roll the dice about them chains. How you feel about Cowboy on Nip? That's his business. Nipsey's his friend. Nipsey's his friend and Nipsey's his man. If he want to do anything to help Nipsey, he's entitled to that. Can't nobody say shit about it if that's his man, if that's we down with. If he can do anything to help him, help him. You feel me? He's entitled to that. Fuck how anybody else feel. That's his man got smoked and kicked in the head and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel about it. He don't seem to be concealing what he doing. It's a very, very public trial and shit like that. CCTV cameras, license plate readers, and cell phone pings equal prison. He said, Young Thug is begging God when God gave him everything already. Ooh-wee. That was a heavy statement. Now that was a heavy statement. God damn. I'm going to read it again. Young Thug be begging God when God gave him everything already. This is something that's new to me. This is totally new to me. And I got certified as an adult. Right? I went to jail when I was 16. I never whined about it. I ain't do nothing but play basketball. Man. I never cried about it, man. I was in the hole with grown men. I did whole time when I was young. I stayed in the hole and shit like that. Not in the state, but like in the county and shit like that. Man. During the course of my time serving them sentences, right? I never cried about it. I never whined about it. I never whined about the conditions. I wasn't no. I didn't whine about it. I didn't. I wasn't one of them complaining ass niggas. If they fed us on time, I was cool with it and shit. Like, just if that's what it was, these dudes be crying about talking about inhumane. Jail has always been the same. Jail has always been the same. What do you mean inhumane? What do you mean inhumane? You there to get punished. And as severe as each jurisdiction, each prison wants to make it, some jails can say, we ain't letting these motherfuckers out, period. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. Some jails can say, we not letting these niggas out, period. Matter of fact, we feeding these niggas cold lunches for 2 weeks, bologna sandwiches. Ain't nothing a motherfucker can do about it. Because you're there to be punished. How is you gonna kill people, rob, rape, just do all type of lawless shit in society to people and get to jail and complain about what's being done to you? It don't make no sense. So when they said he was getting inhumane treatment and they showed the cell that he was in. I'm like, man, is this your first time? They put everybody go in a cell like that. It looked just like that. That ain't no dungeon. That's a cell. Oh, shit. You said they think they getting steak and prawns. He said jails out of the country would have us. Yeah, we got it good here. That community glad YSL being taken down as they should. And y'all going hard on Young Thug, I see. Nothing is worth your freedom. Not a minute of it. Not a minute of it. This shit is priceless. Facts. Shit, I see you got your Blackstone hat on today. Nah, man. I just happened to put this on and shit for whatever reason. It was just there. I ain't never really wore no Bulls hat. Just like a couple times in life. But it was this particular hat. Growing up, I didn't have no Bulls hats. I didn't fuck with the Bulls. I'm a Lakers fan, devout Lakers fan. I didn't fuck with the Bulls. I didn't fuck with Michael Jordan, period. Under no circumstances. I cheered against every... Only time I cheered for Michael Jordan is when he was playing the Celtics and he lost. But, nah, I don't fuck with the Bulls. I never fucked with the Bulls and shit. I don't fuck with them. I was going for Patrick Ewing and Starks and them when them niggas was playing in them. I believe that period of time possibly could have been the best time competitively in basketball. What I mean by that is, like the playoffs and shit like that, that shit used to be like war. This used to be like, this shit now is pretty compared to that. Like you used to, before the game, you used to be, you know, waiting on the game to come on. Like, man, it could be a fight tonight, man. Before the game even gets started, like, man, these niggas might fight tonight. He said, God told me earlier Steph better than Magic. Steph probably shoot better than Magic. He said it was savage. Yeah, man, them dudes, he said Pippen posterizing Ewing. That's what I mean by that shit. Like, that dunk Pippen did on Ewing and shit, like, that he pushed him and shit, like, that shit was radical, man. You had, like, Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson, they rumbled. They finally got their fight off, like, John Starks head-butted fucking Reggie Miller. It used to be all type of shit going on. Like, you don't see that now. These niggas are buddies now. He said, hungry. Hungry is a motherfucking alpha blood. Like, Anthony Mason, Ewing. Nobody smiling. If the Knicks got Rolando Blackman a few years earlier in his prime, they would have won. I don't know about that, man. He said that 94 Knick era wiping that TV screen from Patrick Ewing sweating the fourth quarter. He said Mike and Reggie was even fighting. I just told y'all that, man. Before the game came, we'd be sitting there like, man, these niggas might fight tonight. It's game 6. It's game 6. These niggas wasn't gonna just let Michael Jordan just do what the fuck he want, man. You gonna get hurt. We gonna hurt your ass tonight. Charles Smith missing all them bunnies. He should have dunked that shit, but Michael Jordan got strong-ass hands. Mike was swatting at that ball. That was fucked up. That was fucked up. I was screaming. My dad was laughing like a motherfucker. My dad used to be like, my dad was laughing like a motherfucker. He liked the Sixers and shit. He was like, man, ain't nothing up with the niggas. I missed them days watching ball with my pops and shit. My pops was 100% Philadelphia 76ers. You couldn't tell him nothing about the motherfucking Sixers. When Barkley, in the Barkley era, I think Man. Remember them NBA pencils? I used to steal the motherfuckers. He said the Knicks had a chance to get James Worthy in '92. Worthy didn't need to play for nobody else. Worthy and Magic didn't need to play for nobody else. They didn't. They played for one team they whole. They didn't need to do that. He said this was the Super Friends era in the NBA. He said my dad hated Mike. He was a 76ers fan. My pops used to be cheering against everybody in the East Coast, except for the Sixers. But when it came to Jordan and shit, he used to be like, man, he's scared of him. My pops said that Patrick Ewing was scared of Michael Jordan. He was like, man, he's scared of him. He's scared of him. He's scared of him. He's like, he's scared of him. He said, your dad a smart man. I don't know, Magic was spoon-fed the draft based off a coin flip, kind of fishy. I watched those games, man. Magic Johnson was a bad motherfucker. I seen a video recently that was, you know, kind of ridiculing him, and it was some shit about him that I didn't know. I didn't know he had these big turnovers against the Celtics. I was real young. I was watching the games, but I didn't know that he threw the ball away a couple times in Boston. Like he hit a buzzer beater in Boston, but I seen this video and I was like, damn, I ain't know about this shit. But Magic was that nigga, man, for real. Magic Johnson shined a little brighter than everybody else. With Michael Jordan in the league, with Michael Jordan in the NBA, Magic Johnson was like a diamond. He just shined a little bit brighter than all them niggas. It probably was a smile or some shit, but he was that nigga. He said, that's real. He said, that's when they called him Tragic Johnson. Yeah, I didn't know about that Tragic Johnson shit. Lakers show on Showtime had me looking up old games. He avenged it when he won the chip on a court in 84 and 85. Right. 84, he choked. That 84 team, Joe, let's just say what it was. That 84 team was the best Boston team. Wasn't that the best Boston team ever? The 1984 championship team, wasn't that their best squad? Wasn't that Larry Bird MVP season and shit like that? No other black man won in that Boston Garden than Magic Johnson and shit. He said 86. Oh, the 86 Boston team. All right. He said Magic had the highest basketball IQ while he was playing. 86. Okay, it was the 86 team. All right. I'm just getting down with, see, I grew up, I didn't like Larry Bird growing up. I ain't start liking Larry Bird until I got grown and shit. Like, mainly in this YouTube era, that's when I started liking Larry Bird. But I didn't know a lot about the Celtics. My perception of the Celtics growing up was that the Celtics was a white team. And then when I went and did my research and started checking out the Celtics in the late 70s and the early 80s, the Celtics had a lot of niggas on that team. As a matter of fact, before Larry Bird came to the Celtics, the star on the team was a nigga named Cornbread Maxwell. I just got down with Cornbread, Cedric Maxwell. He the nigga that Larry Bird be beefing with. I mean, not Larry Bird. James Worthy be beefing with online, Cedric Maxwell. But it was a whole bunch of black niggas. Tiny Archibald. It was a whole bunch of niggas on them teams. Dennis Johnson. Chief, I don't know why the Celtics look so white. They always have black players, too. He said, that's America's perception. I went through that. He said, big up Cedric Maxwell. Rest in peace, Reggie Lewis. I just interviewed a cat from Boston. His name's Jamil and shit. Make sure y'all go check that interview out. He said they marketed it. Only white people on the team was like, it was probably like 7 white guys. It was McHale, Walton, Bird, Ainge, Pistol Pete. I think Pistol Pete was on the team. And maybe Joe Klein. Everybody else was black. He said Bird was the face. The Chief, Robert Parrish, and I didn't know that Dennis Johnson had already won a title before he even played for the Celtics. He came to the Celtics. He was a superstar. Larry Bird was so good, man. Him and McHale was doing so much. DJ didn't have to do nothing. He didn't do nothing but hit jump shots and lay the ball up. Like, he was like it was almost like he was a non-factor, but he was running that offense. But when you go look at him and Gus Williams in Seattle and shit, DJ was putting in work. He said Greg Kite. Jerry Seasting, he was number 12. That's who I was thinking about, Seasting. He said, I hated Joe Klein and Greg Kite. What are your thoughts on Jerry West? They making him look bad on that, they making him look bad on that Showtime documentary. They make him look like a hothead. Almost, without saying that his character almost looked racist on Showtime. But he just, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he don't like that shit, though. He said he trying to get them Converse, Kevin Johnson Converse. Yeah, Dennis came from the Supersonics with Jack Sigma. Vinnie Johnson played for somebody else. I think Vinnie Johnson played for the Supersonics too before he went to Detroit. DJ put the clamps on many point guards. He ain't put the clamps on Magic. I had them Larry Johnsons for Easter in '92. I was a sneaker cat on Easter for many years and shit. I was raised a Muslim and shit, so we didn't have to adhere to like the Easter thing and shit. So when I used to have to go to church on Easter Sunday though, with my grandmother. My mom and all of us would go to church with my grandmother on Easter Sunday, be garbed up and shit. But I would be in that motherfucker with sneakers on, Cortez, Nike Cortez, fucking British Knights and shit like that. Yeah, I had some travel foxes. I just had some travel foxes recently and shit. I ended up having to give them away and shit. They wasn't fitting my foot right. You order them shoes from overseas, they be funny. Vinnie Johnson, Franklin Delano, Roseville High School, Brooklyn legend. Uppercut, what's good, pimp? Good evening to everybody. I'm just kicking it in here. We was talking about Lil Tjay being shot. He's an artist from the Bronx, drill rapper and shit. I don't even be in a hurry to deliver this news to y'all. Y'all see I'm late with it because it happens so regularly. He said, Van Greg. You really from it if you know about Van Greg. He said, look at the top left side of every jersey in the NBA. Jordan doing the jerseys now in the league. Isaiah Thomas is better than Curry. He beat Bird, Magic, and Jordan. Just for the sake of the truth. Isaiah Thomas beat the fucking Lakers. He beat Tony Campbell, and he beat Tony Campbell, Eldon Campbell, some more other motherfuckers, man. Listen, Magic Johnson pulled a hamstring in game 1, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't beat us. They didn't beat us. Magic pulled a fucking hamstring, and Byron Scott pulled a hamstring too. Byron Scott might have already been hurt in game 1, and Magic pulled a hamstring in game 2. That's what happened. So them niggas get an asterisk next to y'all. Ain't beat the Lakers at our y'all didn't beat us at our fucking height. Y'all see we went back to the finals the next year. After that, the Lakers continued to go to the finals all the way until Michael Jordan in '91. He said that was against the Bulls. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. He got hurt against the Bulls too, but he pulled his hamstring against the Pistons, yo. I need some support. Joe, didn't he pull his hamstring against the Pistons? He said Magic got hurt against Detroit in '89. Thank you. Thank you. Byron Scott got hurt in that same series. That's our whole backcourt. You get an asterisk for that. You didn't beat us. Ricardo said Isaiah also messed up his ankle in the finals before that against the Lakers. That's why the Lakers beat him. He played on that ankle. He played on that ankle. That nigga scored like 25 points on that ankle. There wasn't nothing wrong with his fucking ankle. He was hobbling around. Magic couldn't play, period. DNP. That means did not play. Isaiah still was out there making plays and shit. He said facts. That nigga was running around them screens, hobbling and shit, catching that rock. Pretty ass jumper. He said Isaiah dropped 43 on that ankle. Yeah. Magic got a DNP. They tried to compare that. Isaiah had 43 points. He said his ankle swelled up the next day. He couldn't finish the series. You knew that shit was going to swell up as soon as he took the tape off, as soon as he took his shoe off. You already know what it is, so you might as well play on it. Any reason why TJ was hit or being a rapper is enough to get clapped these days? Didn't seem like no robbery. They saying it was a robbery. I don't know. There's a couple, the news says something. Something else was said online. I don't know. He said Byron Scott is not a Hall of Famer. I can't say that Byron Scott is a Hall of Famer. I can't. He was a superstar, though. And after he left the Lakers, he continued to be official. He was still good when he played for the Indiana Pacers. He was still lighting it up. He could still shoot. But nah, he's not a Hall of Famer. Nah, that'll make the Hall too. Nah. Steph played with KD, though, in their prime. KD played with Steph. Let me clear that up before we get up out of here. People need to know this. Now that them niggas done won another title, you see that they never needed him. Draymond Green said it to his face before. We didn't need you, my nigga. But now you know. it kind of makes Durant look, but the title that he got, he wouldn't join the Bullies. He wouldn't join the best shooting team in the league. They was 73-9 when Kevin Durant joined them. When he would enjoy, he didn't have to do much, man. He didn't have to do much, man. Just hit some jumpers, man. These niggas already the Splash Brothers and shit. He would enjoy them niggas. I don't think that's ever been done. He said, I love this game. He said, KD joined the team that beat him. That will always hurt him. Yeah, that was a disgrace. That was a disgrace. He said, I want a Rick Smith's jersey. Indiana Pacers, the Duncan Dunchman. He said, KD got a free ring out the cereal box. That's going to be his legacy. And they be trying to compare him to LeBron James. He said, I'm a diehard Jordan fan, but Steph's something different. Michael Jordan and them niggas wasn't training to shoot three-pointers. They wasn't going to the gym practicing three-pointers. That's not what Michael Jordan was practicing. Michael Jordan was practicing mid-range jump shots. Turnaround jump shots and shit. I believe that Michael Jordan got a better mid-range game than Steph. Steph probably could shoot better threes than him, but man, Michael Jordan used to go on spurts, man, when he just didn't miss, man. Like, Michael Jordan made basketball boring at times and shit, man. There used to be a channel called WGN. We grew up watching WGN. It used to be on cable, show all the Bulls games. You would think that people would be tuning in, watching all of Michael Jordan games. Them games wasn't even no good, man. He was playing at home, man. They was bombing niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga, he didn't miss no jump shots. Michael Jordan didn't miss no jumpers, yo. He didn't. He didn't. Michael Jordan didn't miss no jumpers. Very rare. He said Mike the nastiest. He said he had an automatic fadeaway. He said Jordan was beating Steve Kerr up in practice. MJ was special. He said coaches hated the three-pointer in that era. Yeah. Black people wasn't, black cats wasn't even shooting the threes. Dale Ellis and Craig Hodges was like known three-point shooters, Reggie Miller and shit. But niggas was going to the hole, man, and trying to, like, Bernard King and all them niggas wasn't shooting threes. Them niggas was hitting your ass from 15 foot. He bullied Clyde Drexler. Jordan sent a lot of these jokers home. He said Kobe mid-range was better. I don't know about that. He said Curry been shooting NBA threes since Dale was on the Hornets. This is the last thing I'm going to say before I get up out of here. And you could take this to the bank. And I ain't no Michael Jordan fan. Fuck up. You wasn't going to get out there and do all that shit that Steph be doing. You was going to have to foul Mike out or something, because you wasn't just going to do that. And that's something that they don't talk about, Mike. They always talk about his scoring and his dunks and all that shit. You wasn't going to get out there and show your ass on Michael Jordan for long. I'm telling you. Even if he had to punish you at the other end of the court, and he was going to do it. And he was going to do it. He was going to deal with your ass. But that Steph Curry thing, wasn't no guards shooting the lights out on Mike. Wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening. For real. No. We need to look that up, see who was scoring a lot of points on Michael Jordan and shit. But it wasn't a big list. Trust me. He said Mike was a vicious animal. I know it. Very mean pit bull. He said them 80s teens would knock your head off for showing out. Oh, Chris Jackson lit him up. That's right. All right. I was about to say Spreewell might have got one off on him. Spreewell might have got one off before, too. But I'm about to get up out of here, man. Y'all have a great morning. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you can get the notifications and continue to follow Gully TV. I got more of the same. Hip-hop, sports, and fashion. Peace.